Well, they didn't really have TVs when he was around, but right afterwards they did. So I tried to find like a TV looking background for this. I'm James Lott Jr., and if you're listening to the podcast, which normally it's an audio only podcast, but for episode 59, we're doing it big. It is me, the CEO of JLJ Media, James Lott Jr., and I went, believe it or not, I went to the Ernie Pyle WWII Museum in Dana. I think it's Dana, Indiana. I think it's right. Yes. Okay, kids, I got to tell you, I want to talk about that. So if you are listening, we appreciate you listening. We come out bi-weekly. You're always so wonderful. You get great numbers. Thank you for listening. And everything I talk about on here that I'm showing, I will take pictures and make sure you follow JLJ Media on any social media platform, X, Instagram, Facebook. I'm going to post the pictures on there of what I'm talking about if you want to see it. I'll describe the stuff that I'm going to describe to you, but I want to talk about my experience. I'm taking my mouth there. And my experience at the world. Yes, okay. So normally we give shout out to Doug Hess, who produces and directs and writes and hosts this show every 2 weeks. I'm gonna give a shout out to the folks at the Ernie Pyle WWII Museum. To Janice, my girl, gave me a tour. I met Andy, who was there. I actually met some folks who were doing a tour. So here, let me start from the beginning. So James Lott Jr., if you don't know who I am, you probably don't. I am from Los Angeles. I'm from California. I live there. I'm in Hollywood, whatever. I'm out here doing my thing. I own this company, JLJ Media. We're 85 shows, blah, blah. Well, I saw that a third of my shows are from this area in Indiana called Clinton, Indiana, and some surrounding neighborhoods. I said neighborhoods. Some surrounding areas. It's not neighborhoods. And it was really sitting on me that I should go to where a third of my business is coming from and say hi to everybody and talk to the host of shows and go to places like the Ernie Pyle Museum and actually go. And it wasn't easy to get there, kids. It's not a destination spot in terms of like, Las Vegas or, Atlanta or something. But I made it work. So I was able, in just a short story, I was able to get to Chicago, then get to Indiana, and to Indianapolis. And then Doug came and got me and took me to Dana and all that. So there's ways to get there. It just isn't the easiest, but you can get there, of course. And I have to, before I go on there, I listened to the episodes here, of course, because he sent them to me. But I did an episode of the show like last year sometime where I talk about who Ernie Pyle was, because I'm all about biographies, and I want to learn more about him and why he is so beloved in New Mexico, Albuquerque area, in Indiana, Illinois, in Central California. There's an elementary school out here, a lot of Ernie Pyle schools. I'm like, and so you can listen to my episode earlier about who Ernie Pyle is. You can listen to all the episodes about who he is, of course. Listen to them. But he was a journalist who literally gave his life in battle. I mean, he was in the front line battle, and he was a person who personalized the soldiers for people at home. And I started reading some of his works, and it really got to me. I mean, some of the stuff was just so like, he would say their names, he would say their address, say where they were from. You can't say that anymore. But he really personalized the troops for people. These were just mindless people fighting a war, and the troops appreciated it too. They loved it. They appreciated it also. So it was a lot of fun learning about him from afar. But I was like, no, I need to go to where he's from or where he, stuff. So I'm in Clinton, Indiana. Never been my entire life. Cornfields everywhere, whatever. But that was one of my trips. And Doug took me, he was like my handler the whole time. He took me over there and I got to see it. And I will tell you, we pulled up this cute little town that was once, I guess, vibrant, and it was kind of like half vibrant or whatever. But it's just a little house that I've seen pictures of and two little offshoots right next to it. I'm like, I got the card, and Andy, who works there, was like, I've never met anybody who was so excited to be here. I got excited. I'm like, this guy from Inglewood, California is at this World War. It was not into World War II stuff. It's this whole World War II conference. My friend Dave was going to it in New Orleans in November. He's going to it, but I'm actually going to be. I'll be like, I'm actually at a place that's very interesting, and it goes for journalism. I went to school for journalism, and also it goes for journalism too, and humanity. We got there, and we kind of got there mid. There was a Janice, who was wonderful, who was doing a tour to this couple. I think there were a couple. I guess I should assume that were together, and they were mid tour. So I joined the tour, and it was and Janice was good. Janice was. I mean, the house has all this artifacts. I don't want to say it like that. I mean, it has all his stuff. A little Charlie horse when he was a kid, and plates and beds and all. I mean, it was. I love antiques. I like looking at stuff and seeing the china and all, and then the stove and how they did things back in the day and in the 20s and 30s and how he grew up and also it was very to me it was fascinating. I found it. I like history, so I found it fascinating. So I did a lot of the tour, and then I separated and talked to Andy and I bought some stuff for I'm going to show. But I will tell you, if you like history, if you want to hear a human story, if you want to support a small town, go to Ernie Pyle World War II Museum. Go. I mean, if you're in Eastern Illinois, you can get there. If you're in Western Indiana, you can get there. I mean, I say if you're into that, and one of the guy who was, I thought was part of the couple, or whatever he was with her, said he likes all wars. I said, "Are you into World War II?" He's like, "I like all wars." He's all into it, the history of it. They really show you bits and pieces, and I want to support this small town. I want people to go there. It's like we don't. I mean, this guy has a really interesting story that's not just about war. It's about war, but it's also about humanizing people, and the humanity and just the conditions he was in. And they have a new artifact after all this time that just got there recently. That was last episode about that. It's like and I want to support it. So go there. So I went there. I had a great time, and I bought some stuff. One thing is my mug. Oh, I kind of can't really see it. Oh, there you go. My mug, my coffee right now. Mug. They gave me a couple things for free, like the book. They gave me the book for free on A Wing and a Prayer at the aviation columns of Ernie Pyle. They gave it to me for free. There's Ernie. I can get the background. There you go. There's Ernie. I'll take pictures of this. But I bought, and nothing's expensive, kids. I mean, it's like you come like a couple bucks here, and you can spend a couple dollars. But I also got from my mom a little pouch. Anyway, from Dana, Indiana. It's really cute. I'll get it to you. Yeah. Images of Brown County by him also. So we have this. So we got that. Also, then I have this little cookbook, Home Cooking Reflections by Ernie Pyle, of the Ernie Pyle home. And it's all these different pictures of like relatives of his, and I guess I can't really get in there. And recipes. This Orange Angel Delight cake sounds good. It sure do. That I also got some things, some postcards. I always like postcards. That's the home. The house in there. Postcards. And of course the tour stuff. So they're open. It's free admission, folks. It's free admission. Made possible by the Helt Township taxpayers. It is, you can call for special tours 765-665-3633, leave a message, or go to www.erniepyle.org. It's on Maple Street in Dana, Indiana. It's open 10 to 5 Friday and Saturday, Sunday noon to 5. It's open seasonally because the weather and stuff. But I would call and talk to them. But it's very cool. He's a cool dude. And I got their newsletter, of course, which I haven't opened up yet. I'm going to read it, look at it. But we're proud to have the Ernie Pyle Museum podcast on my network. Like I said, it's ours. It's my network. I'm happy. I would have never guessed in a million years. I like history. I like the human elements. now I've been, so now I have context. Now I have feelings. Now I'm personally connected to it, and I think that's what is the lesson. Sometimes is you have to become nice personally connected. But until you guys can listen to our podcast every 2 weeks on Tuesdays, we release new episodes. Next week will be episode 60, so we're getting there, folks. And I want to give a shout out to all the folks that I work with, Ernie Pyle, my girl Roxanne, and all the others I work with them out there. And to Doug, who just completely took care of me while I was in Indiana. It was just I'm so glad I went. I'm so glad I went. So folks, go to it. Go to it. I'll put his stuff in the description below, of course. I'm going to sign out now. Ernie Pyle, we salute you. Thank you for your service. Everyone, and any veteran out there, thank you for your service. And any veteran who chronicled war, it was journalism war, I salute you also. And thank you for your service. I'm James Lott Jr. I'll talk to you next time.